Hey guys, welcome back. It is CC Cycle 3. This is week 18. And we, as usual, are starting with math. Okay, so today we are learning the area of a triangle. And here's our triangle. The area of a triangle equals 1/2 base. This is the base times the height, okay? So the area of a triangle equals 1/2 the base times the height. And here is our formula. And continuing with last week's song, or the last 2 weeks of songs to the tune of 99 bottles, today's phase sounds like this. The area of a triangle equals 1/2 base times height. These formulas help us get geometry just right. The area of a triangle equals 1/2 base times height. These formulas help us get geometry just right. Okay, so all together that was the area of a rectangle equals length times width. The area of a square equals the length of its side squared. The area of a triangle equals 1/2 base times height. These formulas help us get geometry just right. All right, good job. So for English, we are gonna do a little cheer, and I have Sparrow and Sky here to help us with our cheer. So when I say a part, you guys repeat after me.
Yes.
And they will repeat after me too. So it sounds like this. For English, we're learning sentence parts, and today's sentence part is predicate. Say predicate.
Predicate.
Predicate. Okay, so sentence part,
Sentence part.
predicate.
Predicate.
The predicate is that part of a sentence
That predicate is a part of a sentence
that says something about the subject.
that says something about the subject.
That's right. So the sentence part's predicate. The predicate is that part of a sentence that says something about the subject. Okay, so one more time, it sounds like this. Sentence parts,
Sentence part.
predicate.
Predicate.
The predicate is that part of a sentence
The predicate is that part of a sentence
that says something about the subject.
that says something about the subject.
Predicate
Predicate.
about the subject.
About the subject.
Predicate
Predicate.
about the subject.
About the subject.
And that is our English. Sentence parts, predicate.
Predicate.
Okay, thank you, girls. For history, we are going to take out pencils, or everybody can take out their fingers, and we are going to play the drums because our song for this week starts with the battle drums, right? And so the beat sounds like this. You can go. Or you can do it with your fingers. Just like that, okay? And then when we start singing the words, you can slow down to just doing one beat at a time so it's easier to get the words down. But it sounds like this. On December 7th, 1941, not singing the tune because you can sing the tune at home. The Japanese, you can either do these motions or keep doing the drums. The Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, causing the United States. This is the sign for United States. You just take 2 fingers up and go like this, and then you go like this, okay? This is an ASLS, so you circle that around too. United States to join the Allies in World War II. Okay, so that is our history. So tell me about Pearl Harbor. On December 7th in 1941, the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, causing the United States to join the Allies in World War II. Okay, and then you can end with the yes. Okay, perfect. For Latin, we have John chapter 1, verse 5. And it says, and the light shineth in the darkness. Okay, and in Latin, it's et lux in tenebris lucet. Okay, and the light shineth in the darkness, et lux in tenebris lucet. And River is singing with us too. She'd like to join us. And the light shineth in the darkness, et lux in tenebris lucet. Whenever we sing, she starts to sing. It's kind of cute. It'd be really easy to add hand motions to that if you want to. As you're repeating it, you could say the Latin version many times as you do some hand motions. You could do the light shineth in the darkness. You could do something like that. Lots of great ideas. You can make up your own hand motions for that if it helps. Okay, timeline. We have the Cherokee Trail of Tears. So for Cherokee, we do the sign for Indian, which is an F for feather, right? And you take it from your mouth and also to your ear, okay? And this represents the feathers and the war paint that they would put on their faces, okay? So that is Cherokee Trail of Tears. You take your 4 fingers and they come down like tears. So Cherokee Trail of Tears. The U.S. westward expansion. Take your hand, your 3 fingers for W and move it to the west, okay? U.S. to westward expansion. That part of the song goes a little bit fast, so this is the only movement we have for that part. Okay, then we have Marx publishes the Communist Manifesto. For that, we're going to put up our muscles like this and go like this. This is a common salute in communist places, so we just do this. Marx publishes the Communist Manifesto. Then we have the U.S. restores trade with Japan, okay? So the U.S. restores trade with Japan, okay? And then we have the British Queen Victoria's rule over India. The sign for British is to take your hand like this and shake it like that. So the British, this is the sign for British, British Queen Victoria's, V for Victoria, rule over India. 2 X's, like you're pulling the reins, which is what somebody who rules does. They are in control. So British Queen Victoria's rule over India. And then we have Darwin publishes. So he publishes The Origin of Species. And this is like you're taking a key, putting it into the ignition and starting it up, okay? So Darwin publishes The Origin of Species. And that is timeline. Okay, for rivers, we have our rivers here, and I'm gonna use a handy dandy pencil here to point them out. But we are learning the rivers west this week. And so we have the Colorado River, which is this river right here in green, okay, kind of a turquoise color, Colorado River. And then we have the Red River, which is right over here in red. And then we have the Rio Grande River, which is this really long purple one that comes up here. And then we have the Columbia River up here in blue. Up here in blue, Columbia River. And we have the Great Salt Lake right here. And for fun, what we can do is, if this is okay with you parents, I thought that it would be fun to make your fingers like a little fish. So I just drew here on my finger to make it my little fish. Just continuing from how we did our rivers last week. You could use goldfish if you wanted to at home, or if you don't want to do goldfish, you can do your finger. And take your finger and have the kiddos take their fish and point to a river and swim down that river. So we have Colorado River, the Red River, swish, 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 the Rio Grande River, swish, 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 swish. And then we have the Columbia River up here, swish, 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 swish. 1 second, honey. And then we have, last but not least, the Great Salt Lake. And we have little fishies that live in the Salt Lake. So it's gonna go in the Great Salt Lake, which is right here. Okay. And that is how we do rivers. The next thing we have is science. What are the third 4 elements in the periodic table by number, element, symbol, and mass? And they are 9, fluorine, 10, Ne20. 10 is the atomic number, neon is the name or the element, Ne is the symbol, and 20 is the mass. 11, sodium, Na23, and 12, magnesium, Mg24. Okay, those are all the elements, and our song sounds like this. Remember, to the tune of I'm in the Lord's Army. What are the third 4 elements in the periodic table by number, element, symbol, and mass? 9, fluorine, F19. 10, neon, Ne20. 11, sodium, Na23. 12, magnesium, Mg24. That's like saying, I'm in the Lord's army, yes, sir. So that's the tune that we're following here. So once again, it's what are the third 4 elements in the periodic table by number, element, symbol, and by mass? 9, fluorine, F19. 10, neon, Ne20. 11, sodium, Na23. 12, magnesium, Mg24. And that is all of our elements that we're going to cover for the periodic table. So that completes the first 12. So we've done 4 each week for the last 3 weeks. And that is everything for week 18. Great job, everybody. Next week is break week. I hope you all have a great break, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all when we get back for week 19 in a couple weeks. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, see you next time. Bye.